There are some places that linger in memory, even after everything else is gone. Centralia is one of them, a place shaped by the fire burning beneath it and by the lives that once filled these roads. There's an almost otherworldly feeling here, like the past is still drifting through the smoke and the quiet hills. Today, I am exploring what remains of a town erased by time and fire, but still impossible to forget. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we are doing an exploration of Centralia, Pennsylvania. And if you're unfamiliar with Centralia, it is the town that Silent Hill is based on. It's an old coal mining town that caught fire underground many years ago. And what's crazy enough is it's still burning to this day. But starting off this trip for today, we're 100 miles away at the abandoned Pennsylvania Turnpike. I don't know how far you guys can see, but it's probably not any further than me. So before heading to Centralia, we are doing a little bit of exploring at this abandoned turnpike. And just immediately entering this tunnel, there's this graffiti. And this is some of the best graffiti I've ever seen. Like, not even arguably, it just is. It's really cool. But exiting the tunnel now, and we are going to try going up. So there's like a room up there, and I'm really curious what's up there. And this tunnel just looks insane. Let me slowly back up and you can get a full picture of it. And yeah, I believe this one here is like 2 miles long. So immediately next to the tunnel is this opening that comes into, let me turn my light on, this little room here. And immediately to our left is another smaller room with an even smaller room. I don't know what it was. It looks like maybe coal. I don't know what it would be used for, but heating the tunnel, question mark. But back into the first bigger room, we are welcomed with a non-existent set of stairs with this really promising looking ladder. We're gonna take this ladder up to this first platform, and then we got stairs to get up to the rest of the way. Ugh. This ain't easy, but nothing ever is now. Got my head checked by a jumbo jet. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, listen to song 2. No. Almost lost the flashlight. Well, that brings us to this, which would be a really cool DIY skate spot. That's a nice little wall ride right here. Sick. And then a little sink. But that's not where we're going. We're going up. Whoa. This here, this is part of the tunnel from the top side. That is insane. And a Twisted Tea. Now, I'm not gonna lie. These stairs feel super sketchy. I am a little scared right now and I just want to get off of them. So I think I want to go through this doorway and head up these stairs. And upon getting to the top of the stairs, we are met with this big opening here that looks directly into this thing. And I have no idea what this is, but we can go inside of it. So let's go ahead and hop back down there and go inside of Thing. And just like that, we are back by Thing. Oh, this is really cool. Floor's wet. I wonder what Thing is. I bet it was maybe like, just guessing, like some kind of fan to circulate air through the tunnel. That's all I could really think it'd be used for. Plus, it's got like those big fan blade shaped things. Really interesting. I see this doorway right here. Where the heck does this go? Scary. not scary. Okay, so I think I've got this all figured out now. So I think these were fans that circulated air. And what they would do is circulate the air through here. Because coming down into here is a tunnel. And they have these little portholes that go into the car tunnel. So I think it was circulating air through the top of here for air to go through here, right? This is crazy. Like, I don't know what's cooler, the tunnel or the tunnel above the tunnel. Either way, like, you're inside of a mountain and an abandoned tunnel. It just feels like one's more abandoned than the other. I don't know. This one just feels different. If you've seen As Above, So Below, I feel like we've gone too far underneath Paris. It's like very similar to the other tunnel, but I can't see the end of it because there's no sunlight coming out of it because it's completely closed off on each end. You have to go through that little building. So it's just like a pitch black tunnel. Like, turn my light off. I'm gonna turn my other light off. It's black. Curious indeed, Mr. Potter. Well, I don't know how much further I'm gonna go because, like, again, this tunnel is, I think, 2 miles long, and I don't want to walk to the other side and have to walk all the way back because this isn't the highlight of the video. We're going to Centralia. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around now, and I think we're gonna hit the road for the next 100 miles, 2.5 hours or so, and go check out some abandoned mining town that is still on fire.
This once vibrant mining community has been disappearing for decades. A fire burning deep beneath the ground is to blame.
You certainly don't want to get too close to this hole. I'm standing about 10 feet away, and you can see the flames literally shooting right out of the ground.
Our town is a shambles. Folks we treasured have gone. The street seems deserted.
All right, so we've just arrived to Centralia, like immediately just got here, pulled over to the side of the road. Because we noticed that there is actually on Google Maps labeled one of the active smoke vents. So we figured it'd be worth coming to check out and seeing if spot any smoke, which I do believe it's just like one of the old sinkholes. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can't find some smoke coming out of the vent, and then we're gonna head over to the old town of Centralia, which is of course now abandoned and mostly just empty fields now. Making my way up this hill right here, this little mountainside. You can actually see some of the smoke. And I want to get up and personal to this one. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but this is crazy. Wow. I have my hand in it right now, and like, you can feel the heat on it. That is really warm. And then my lens is a little moist. So for anyone that is unfamiliar, Centralia, it was an old mining town, and it used to be like the largest coal mine in America. And then in 1962, there was a fire at a landfill that spread to the mine, and the entire mine caught fire. And this is the remnants of it here. What is that, 40, 50, 60 some years later? It's still burning to this day. And it's actually projected to be burning for another 250 to 500 years before it just naturally goes out on its own. But this is a crazy sight right here. You know, I didn't actually think we would find any smoking vents, but first stop of this trip in Centralia, that's what we find. Is crazy. I just want to emphasize, it's October. Right now, it is October 27th. It is about 50 some degrees out. And if I come here, so I'm saying, oh, it's cool. If I come here and put my hand here, you can feel the heat from it. This is warm. This feels like a sauna, like 90 plus degrees in it. That is insane. Like, so cool. I mean, the history of it's really sad, but just really cool to experience. So right here is another vent. It's not as dominant as the other one, but you can feel the heat coming out of here too. That is pretty crazy. And actually, I'm gonna go a little bit further. This rock is warm. There's another vent right here. You can see a little bit of smoke coming out of this one. And more of that heat, wow. That is really cool. It's really surreal. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and head out from this spot though and head over into the former city or town of Centralia and check out what's remaining over there. So as I was heading back towards the main path to get over to my car, I just have to. There's another vent. There's a lot over here. And that's actually both terrifying and cool at the same time. Yeah, here's another one that's a little bit more dominant. Not as much as that first one, but again, we're getting much of that heat. And there's a little bit of smoke that I'm not sure if the camera can pick up. So what these are, the vents, is they're sinkholes. And that's why I said it's like a little bit terrifying, because there's like stories about people falling into these sinkholes, and they just like pop up and develop almost every other day. You know, it's like a little chaotic how they just like, they're sporadically developing. And like right where I'm standing right now, a sinkhole could develop right where I'm standing, and then I fall into the coal fire ? So that is why we're gonna go ahead and head out of here into town. Here it is, the first stop of our tour in Centralia, other than the smoke vents. It's the church. And this is pretty cool because, one, it's on top of a hill that's even higher than I'm standing, and I'm on top of a pretty big hill. I don't know how far out you guys can see, but we're really high up overlooking the entire town. So if you could imagine back whenever this town was still established and these trees would have been young growth. What a nice view from right here. So moving down the hill, we are taking a pit stop here to check out the old fire department. And I'm not sure if it is abandoned today. I mean, the building looks halfway new, but also halfway not taken care of. And there's a dish network on there. But if we come in here and peek in the window, you can see the fire truck in there, whereas I can't. But it's really hard to say if this is still open or not. I honestly, I can't tell. It looks like right here where it says municipal building, there may have been some more stuff underneath it at one point. So maybe half abandoned, used maybe, I don't know if they use the offices there still or what, but cool little pit stop. But we're gonna go ahead and move further into the town here. Right here it says Graffiti Road this way. So I want to take a quick pit stop into like the old neighborhoods out this way. But we might circle back this way and see if we can't find the old Graffiti Road, which is no longer existent. We'll talk more about that later. So right now I'm just kind of walking down the middle of one of these old roads, and it's just crazy because this is like an old town right here. And I mean, I'm gonna make a left here. This looks like it would have probably been an old driveway. And just all the houses are gone now. They've all torn down, crumbled away. Pretty much the fire started and people were told to move. They have to leave. And I mean, a lot of people are even hesitant. They're like, no, it's not that big of a deal. We're not going. And until it became a big deal, and there was only, I believe, like 10 people left here in the entire town. I think even to this day, I've seen one house that looked like it was still active today. But I mean, right here, this opening right here, this had to have been once somebody's entire livelihood, their whole house right here. And I mean, I'm going further along and you can see concrete right here. I don't know if this is foundation, alleyway, maybe part of an old road that went through here. And I'll keep going, and I'm thinking this may have been like a back driveway, and then this brings us out to, what was their alley right here. So yeah, this right here, like it's narrow enough. Like I don't think it was an alley. I'm thinking this is probably like a public walkway, like a sidewalk or a bike trail. And it's just so overgrown now, like, was it 1962, 40, 50, 60 years later? And it's just crazy thinking that this was an entire city right here that's just now non-existent. There's one house here and a church, a cemetery, and a municipal building that looks like it hasn't been active in over a decade. This place is such a crazy story on its own. Like, it's just so surreal because there's nothing here except the story. Like, I don't know how else to express that or make sense of it, but this is an exploration on its own. There's nothing here. See, there's grass, trees, and what looks like what used to be an alley. Like, what kind of explores that? But when you really dive into the history of what happened here and what happened to the people, the community, and the business, that is the exploration, is just learning the history and understanding what happened. It is just insane. Like, this looks like it would have probably been the main street here, the main boulevard, not right here through downtown. This would have been littered with like shops and businesses and stores and malls and barbers and restaurants. And now it's just overgrowth and crumbling rock and roadways. Again, I'm gonna say this a dozen times in this video, this is just absolutely insane to actually be here. The place that inspired Silent Hill movie, video games. It just started an entire pop culture event. And we're here, exploring the history of it. I am really grateful to be able to come out here and adventure in these kind of places. I do see something off over here and I kind of want to check it out. The pineapple pot. Very interesting. Wonder what the significance of it is, but you just never know what you're gonna find. Oh, this is a foundation of something. I don't know, it looks like a railroad tie maybe, and then there's some more stuff here and some holes. I wonder if these may have been even old sinkholes. Very interesting though. Probably another driveway to a house right here. And then right here, I want to check this out because I mean, any structure I can find here, what resembles may have once been a structure, I do want to see, because that's all that's left here. And that's all that we have to remember what this place was. So maybe this is like a foundation or a sidewalk right here. There's a little two-step right here. Maybe this was like a bus stop. I don't know, I like speculating and wondering and like just trying to imagine what this would have been like, you know, the 60 years ago that this was active. If I had any guesses, I went with bus stop on this. And it leads us right to another little side road here. Yeah, there's just endless amounts of these little side roads that go into the tree line, and like it's hard to picture, but you just have to picture that this was a neighborhood. There were houses here. Again, I think this was the main street, so likely businesses, you know, stores, restaurants, etc. But very cool to try taking this all in. Now entering Silent Hill. Right here, this used to be, I believe, one of the cooler things that Centralia had that was still remnant of its past. And it was a highway system that led people into this city. And after the city had shut down, it turned into what was called a graffiti highway. And everyone just graffitied the ground here. And I mean, like, we don't look at the slur, but that's what's remnant of it, because back in 2020, due to COVID and people gathering here, because that's what people do, they come explore and gather, the owner of this property dumped dump truck after dump truck after dump truck of dirt on here with the intention of leveling it and planting grass and trees. Here we are 5 years later. We can see how far he got with that. So it's actually kind of ugly what he did to this, which one way or another was a historic landmark of the city, now destroyed with this dirt. And I don't know if this video do it justice, but this is a big roadway here. I imagine if I just keep walking far enough, it's gonna lead me to a bridge. The bridge will be collapsed, I'm gonna turn around, and it's just gonna be foggy out here. Here's some more, little patch of concrete here, remnant of the highway. Still see some of the graffiti, or what's left of it. Or maybe somebody came here with a broom and cleaned some of it and added some new graffiti. That would have been cool to see had we been here pre-COVID. Unfortunately, we're not here pre-COVID, and this is what we get to see of it. I actually just took my drone up to get some nice aerial shots with the sunset, and I noticed up in the distance, maybe a quarter mile, you could still see the guardrail, so I decided to take a walk out here to check that out before turning around and heading back. And even here you can see what was once the road, now dirt and gravel. And right over here on the left side, got the guardrail still standing nice and strong. Really cool and sad, but cool to see nonetheless. If this doesn't work, podcast. Heck yeah, brother. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna come up here where the roadway ends with another pile of gravel, and probably turn around and maybe go check out a cemetery before heading out of here. Because unfortunately, that's all that's really left in Centralia to see. But this just goes on and on forever. It'd be a lot cooler if I had a mountain bike. Maybe we could do the whole thing, but all I got are my Lamborghinis, and I think we're gonna call it good right here. Yeah, again, it's just such a surreal experience being here, because this place is what inspired Silent Hill, which is like one of the first 3 horror movies I ever saw, with the first being Freddy vs. Jason. I remember crying in the theaters. But shortly after that, I remember Silent Hill coming out. I watched it with my older brothers. And like, now we're here at the place that inspired the movie. Like, there's no words that can explain the feeling you get from that, because this is a real place where real events happened. It's very similar to the experience of like exploring Ed Gein's property, which I did about a year ago. But yeah, like ever since like seeing Silent Hill as like a wee lad, I didn't know it was a real place. And then I learned it was a real place. I don't remember where I learned it, but it's probably somewhere on the internet. And it's just been a dream to come here ever since then. Like, as far back as I can remember, I've always enjoyed exploring abandoned places and the darker side of history and the places that people don't normally go. And I wish I had like a deep meaning, like I could say Silent Hill inspired that within me, but that wouldn't be true. I think just always I've liked trespassing at places I wasn't allowed to go, and it just kind of cultivated into doing it on a larger scale now that I'm an adult and I have a car. Like, yeah, as a child, I was the kid that probably always asked why, and never got the straight answer. So now I'm out here looking for that answer myself. Now at this point, I don't even remember what the question was, but I'm gonna find that too. All right, well, I just walked up a massive hill, but that took a lot out of me. We'll say I ran though, because I'm losing daylight really fast. One of the remaining things here, Centralia, a reminder of its past, is the cemetery, which unfortunately, I guess I just couldn't move the graves. But this fence is locked up, so we can't go inside of it, but we can come here, just take a look in, and just pay our respects. Alrighty, well, I do think that's going to do it for this video of Centralia, Pennsylvania. I do think we've seen everything that there is here left to see. Such a cool experience. I don't know how to just put it into words, but I'm sure you guys have heard me say that enough throughout this video. Probably tired of hearing it. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button to show your support, and if you have any questions or concerns, please drop a comment. I'll do my best to answer those. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button to support my channel and join my journey along to the west side of Pennsylvania, which we're heading to right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, I don't know. So I just did my outro, but I don't know what's going on. I just got back to the main road. Take my microphone. I don't know if you guys can hear that. No joke, the Silent Hill, the alarm from Silent Hill is playing somewhere off in this direction. I'm not exploring with Josh. I just like trespassing.